Hey, Dave, get out of the car. I know you can't afford it. It's my name on the papers. I own it. I said get out!
The crunch of tires against gravel broke the calm evening as Marcus Hale turned onto Sycamore Avenue. He was heading home after a long day meeting with community leaders. Marcus had only been the chief of Riverton for 3 weeks, a change agent brought in to fix a broken culture. Because he was new and off duty, wearing a simple gray hoodie, he was just another face in an older black sedan. Then the lights hit him. Red and blue flashed in his rear view. Marcus glanced at his speedometer, 29 in a 35. Everything was perfect. Still, the siren wailed. "Stay calm," he murmured. He followed the routine he knew too well. Hands on the wheel, movements slow. Not because he'd done anything wrong, but because he understood how quickly a routine stop can turn into a tragedy. Officer Reed approached fast, his flashlight slicing through the car like a blade. Officer Daniels lingered near the trunk, hand resting on his holster. "Nice car for someone like you," Reed snapped, the flashlight blinding Marcus. "Where'd you get the money? Or should I just check the trunk and find out myself?" "It's my personal vehicle, officer," Marcus replied evenly. "License and registration. Move slow. If you've ever felt the weight of a gaze that already judged you guilty, stay with us. This story is for you." Marcus moved deliberately. "I'm reaching for my registration in the glove box. My license is in my wallet." "You were swerving," Reed lied, his shoulders stiffening. "Nearly crossed the yellow line back there. You been drinking?" Marcus frowned slightly. "Respectfully, sir, I wasn't swerving. My dash cam can confirm that." The mention of the camera made Reed's face flush with anger. "Dash cam? We'll take that as evidence of reckless driving. Step out of the vehicle. Now!" They didn't run his ID. They didn't check the plates. They were so blinded by their own bias and the thrill of a collar that they tossed Marcus's wallet into an evidence bag without even looking at the name. As the cold metal of the cuffs snapped around his wrists, Marcus didn't see two officers. He saw a statistic. He knew that in this county, black drivers were 95% more likely to be searched. He wasn't just a victim, he was a witness to his own data. How often does the truth get buried under a badge? Hit the like button if you believe in accountability. The patrol car rattled as they drove toward the precinct. Reed and Daniels chatted casually up front, laughing about their easy win. "Welcome to our humble abode," Daniels smirked as they reached the station. They bypassed the standard booking desk, eager to get back to their break, and threw Marcus into a cold holding cell. "Sit tight," Reed mocked. "Maybe you can tell the judge about your dash cam in the morning." The heavy iron door clanged shut. Marcus sat on the bench, his hands clasped. He stayed calm, unnervingly calm. He could have shouted, he could have demanded to speak to the lieutenant, but he chose to wait. He wanted to see exactly how deep the rot went. Hours passed. Shift change arrived. Finally, Lieutenant Morgan appeared, scanning the overnight arrest reports. She saw the names. Reckless driving. Resisting. Something about the silent man in the cell unnerved her. She finally reached for the evidence bag and pulled out the wallet. Her face went from stern to ghostly white. "Check the dashcam footage from Unit 42, she whispered to a clerk. "Now." The tide turned at 7 a.m. Lieutenant Morgan opened the cell door herself, her hand trembling. "Sir, we reviewed the footage. The report is, it's a fabrication. You're being released immediately." Marcus didn't argue. He didn't yell. He simply rubbed the marks on his wrists, took his belongings, and walked out into the morning sun. He didn't go home. He went to the tailor, changed into his full dress uniform, and headed to headquarters. At 9 a.m., Reed and Daniels were summoned to the chief's office. They walked in joking, expecting a commendation for a busy night. "Hey, did you see the look on that guy's face in the cell?" Daniels started to laugh. The high-back leather chair spun around. The laughter didn't just stop, it died. Marcus sat there, no longer in a hoodie, but in full dress blues. 4 gold stars gleamed on his collar like daggers. The silence in the room was suffocating. "Sit down," Marcus said. His voice was a low thunder. "I believe we have some evidence to discuss." The officers stammered, their faces pale. "Chief, we didn't know it was you." "That is the problem," Marcus interrupted, leaning forward. "You didn't see a chief. You saw a target. You lied on a state report, you ignored protocol, and you violated the oath of this office. You aren't just bad officers, you are a liability to every soul in this city." He didn't just fire them. He made their body cam footage the centerpiece of the next academy training. He ensured their names were added to the National Registry of Decertified Officers. He didn't want them to just be gone. He wanted them to be a monument to what happens when power meets the truth. Months later, at a town hall, a young man stood. "Chief Hale, it could have been any of us in that car. Why did you stay in that cell?" Marcus nodded, his voice resolute. "The question isn't whether the system is broken, it's who is brave enough to sit in the cell until they have the proof to fix it." From the other side of silence, toss stories, where real voices rise and truth finds its echo. Like, subscribe, and share, because the most powerful person in the room is often the one you didn't bother to notice.